about complementary therapies. So I've mentioned before about Reiki. My therapist, who is Sandy Mansell, Sakura Holistic Therapies in Chepstow, was an absolute marvel in helping me through. I got to know her about 2 years before I had cancer, when she started her business, and we built up a relationship, and that was really important for me in putting myself in her hands. So I'd always had massage, and that had helped me with stress through work, and when I had cluster migraines is when I first went to her, and that was really helpful. So she suggested that I try Reiki, and it was a little bit airy-fairy, a little bit strange to me. How could this work if you don't touch me? But I was having chemotherapy, and I just thought I prepared to try anything. So it worked wonders. I'd go in one way and come out calm, and in the end I was struggling to choose between the massage and the Reiki because I wanted both. So that helped me, but then you might find something else that helps you. With my massage and my Reiki, Sandy would talk to me afterwards. So she was a little bit like a therapist for my anxiety as well. And she was marvellous. She would look things up, check whether it was all right to give me massage while I was having chemotherapy and before the surgery had got rid of it. And then she would give me encouraging bits of information. She'd boost my confidence, tell me I was doing really well, and that made a difference. Somebody to talk to who wasn't in my family, who I wasn't burdening with it, and somebody who had knowledge and experience of other patients that she had helped. She also does reflexology, something which I've only ever had once, and I will extol its virtues even though I don't use it, because a friend of hers developed a reflexology which helped lymphedema patients, which is a side effect of having your lymph nodes removed. So I have a friend, Caroline, the first Caroline, who was struggling and wore a compression stocking. So I told her that Sandy was starting to use this method and that she'd had wonderful results. So why not, doesn't she give it a try? It took her a while to get round to it, but now she goes every month and sees a real difference. And if she's going on holiday, she'll have a session, a reflexology for lymphedema, so that she doesn't have to wear the compression bandage on holiday. So if you can't find a local therapist who practices that, you can look on the internet, because the person who developed it has put all the details there for other therapists to learn and practice it. I'm going to talk about acupuncture now, which has never helped me, but I know helps a lot of people with pain relief. My experience was that I had a frozen shoulder, rotator cuff injury, and I also had tennis elbow and golfer's elbow in both elbows, not because I played those sports, but because I'd helped my husband to hang gates at my father's house, and I'd held on to the gate, the heavy wooden gates, for too long. So I was having physiotherapy, and the first physiotherapist said, well, should we try this acupuncture? Okay, everything goes. So we put in my shoulder and here and so on. And then she said, well, you seem quite stressed. I always am, because of my job. I'll try one in the top of your head, which is known to relieve stress. She put it in, and I freaked out. I went crazy. Take it out, take it out. I thought it was going to go right through my skull. And she took it out, and I was still shouting for her to take it out. The poor woman was in shock, really, of this crazy patient. So I would say just don't have it put in your head, maybe. But that might help you. Now, if you are not in a position to get any treatments from outside the home, then I suggest visualization. This is a good thing to practice in readiness for scans that you might have, an MRI scan or a Muga scan, and you've got to stay completely still for a long period of time. So you need to be able to take your mind off to somewhere else, really, and entertain yourself for a while. And again, that's a good way of focusing your mind so that it's away from fear. So I'll read my page about visualization, which is just my idea, but it's just to give you an example of something that you can write down and then you can go back to, and when you practice it, you could probably walk yourself through it without your notes. So this is mine. I step out of the back door onto the lush green lawn. My feet are bare and the soft cool grass is comforting. The scent of honeysuckle floats on the gentle breeze, and I close my eyes to inhale the perfume and turn my face towards the warmth of the early evening sunshine. I hear the birds chattering in the trees and the rustle of the leaves as the branches sway. This happy place that is my garden draws me in, and I walk towards the large magnolia tree, sweeping my feet across the thick carpet of growth to feel the fronds of grass between my toes. I reach out to the second flowering of this magnificent tree and touch its waxy petals. The scent is delicate and soft, almost imperceptible compared to the honeysuckle, which fills the garden with its scent. I do not need to go close to inhale that scent, and I dare not, as it has attracted several bees which buzz from bloom to bloom, so busy in their work. I love the magnolia tree. I remember planting it 20 years ago. I step beneath its vast canopy and stretch out my hand to place on the trunk, strong and thick, marking all of the years that have passed since I put it in the ground. I look up into the branches that stretch towards the sky, interlinked and tangled where I forgot to prune, too busy with life's work. I walk on and step onto the decking, freshly laid and warm underfoot. The scent of new wood rises and fills my nostrils. I look back towards the house. A dozen sparrows perch in the fir trees, bobbing and bouncing on the branches, squabbling with each other as they plan their daring flight to the bird table. The air is full of bird song. Swallows call overhead as they swoop and dive. Wood pigeons coo their never-ending call. Blue tits hang, head down on the fat balls, pecking and flapping their wings. A robin trots across the lawn on the bare patch of earth, seeking worms. I walk back to the swing seat and gently lower myself to sit. I push off with my feet and swing to and fro. My feet brush the grass. I stretch them out, admiring how brown they are from the sun, how strong they feel, how pretty my toenails with the pink varnish. My hair blows in the breeze, and I run a hand through the locks, thick and strong. I am healed, strong again, restored. I have tended this garden with my own hands. I have planted tubs of geraniums, begonias, fuchsia. My new rose garden gives me pleasure every day as I prune and enjoy the delicious scents. I am free of hospital visits, treatment, surgery, and I am proud of my endurance, patience, and presence of mind that got me through it. I plan a gathering, a barbecue for those who supported me. There will be cake and bubbly, sizzling meat and salads. There will be laughter and joy and tears of relief. I will let everyone know how much I love them and all they've done for me. I rush back inside, skipping as I go, to start my list of things to do and people to call. A surge of happiness and excitement washes over me. So that really happened, and I planned it to happen, and it did. And if you write down what you want for your future, I had another one which was to go on a cruise, and I would close my eyes and I would see myself getting ready to go down for the evening meal, one of my favourite things, and putting on a lovely dress, a lovely evening gown, doing my hair and makeup. And my husband brings my gin and tonic to sip while I'm doing my makeup. And he sits out on the balcony and drinks his. And then we're walking down the corridor to the atrium on the ship, where everybody's gathered with their lovely clothes. And then we go down to dinner, white tablecloth, waiter service, choosing what I want from the menu. And then afterwards, we go and we dance, and we have the most marvellous time. So that was one that I used a lot, and it really helped me back when I had my hysterectomy, and I wasn't sure how my recovery would go because it needed another surgery. And I visualised this holiday, this dream come true. And I'm happy to say that we did it. Once I was better, we went on a cruise, and we sat on a table with 6 other people, and we became firm friends. And we see most of them regularly when we can, COVID permitting, and it has been an absolute joy. So my dream in that case came true, and I'm saying this so you can believe in your dream, to see your life when you come out the other side, and you don't sweat the small things, and you really appreciate every day, and you live your life, because it is such a precious thing, and that is what you are reminded of when you get cancer. So I hope that you can think of yours, and that will be helpful to you.